Hey everybody, my name is Avialence, and I wanted to welcome you to Ask Avi. Now, basically, this show is going to be called, you'll notice in the YouTube title, an introduction. For those of you who've been following me, though, you know that Ask Avi is not a new concept. Well, I really wanted to, since it's 2013, since it's summer, kind of reboot and figure out what I wanted to do with the show. Now, originally it was a week interval show where I answered Q&A questions from Facebook and Twitter. And before that, it was something that I just wanted to do Q&A wise. Now, I hadn't done a lot of research going into this, and I thought it'd be kind of like the live streams where I just took questions. But there's one thing that's important about YouTube, and that is YouTube is YouTube. I asked for questions via Twitter and Facebook, and while I got plenty of questions, I noticed that a lot of people here on YouTube would actually want to just ask the questions in the comments section. And that's something that I wanted to do. So I actually looked at a couple other shows. A Conversation with Colin, which is done by IGN's Greg Miller, where he just sits down with his roommate and talks. And the way they do to questions is through comments, so I thought that'd be a pretty good idea. And I also thought that I should make this a bi-weekly thing. And instead of having a bunch of questions where every episode's really long, I know that not all of you like to watch really long YouTube videos. I figured I'd answer a question an episode and just keep a continuing list of questions going and pull a random one out, kind of like they do on the Conversation with Colin show. Now, the way that it's going to work is, as you can see via the new setup here, you still have my Facebook and Twitter. You can send me questions on Facebook and Twitter with the hashtag or the, little interval Ask Avi in there, like we've normally been doing for those of you who do Ask Avi and have been. Or you can also just leave it in the comments below. And what I'm going to do is I have a bunch of note cards. I'm going to start writing them down on note cards, and I'll just pull a random one and answer it every week. Or a random few if I feel like they're pretty short questions. So I'm just going to do it that way. I think that's a much better format for it. I think it'll work better. And after seeing the success that, the show that Greg Miller does with A Conversation with Colin, as well as a few other shows, I think it would actually be a really interesting change for us here. So now an episode of Ask Avi with a question will air every Tuesday and Friday. The first one's going to be tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. Now, as far as what happened with Ask Avi 2, I do want to go over that. Well, I started it in 2013, namely right at the end of December, right in the beginning of January. And I thought it was a really cool show and a really cool premise. And we had a lot of questions because we have a huge community here on YouTube and also on Twitch. But forcing him to go through Facebook and Twitter, I realized that not everyone has Facebook and Twitter and social media. While a lot of us do, not a lot of us do at the same time. So I wanted to go ahead and try to keep it here on YouTube because I thought that'd be kind of cool, right? And that way I can just pull the questions off of the episode, put them on a list, bada bing, just pick one, go. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. Now, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It will air every Tuesday and every Friday. I'm going to air it every Tuesday and Friday, too. When I originally started Ask Avi, I had the premise of doing it every Friday. However, I realized that every Friday after about 6 o'clock, I'm out doing things. And I had previously been live streaming on Fridays, too, so my scheduling was a little conflicting. And also, I had started and done about 5 shows, which had gone very well. But I realized that they weren't professional quality. And you guys, I'm sure you can tell with the webcam and everything around me, it looks a little better than the first shows if you've been watching Ask Avi since the beginning. And also, I wasn't loyal to them. I started dating somebody mid-February, and I spent a lot of time there and neglected a lot of my online work because it was, hey, I'm in college, I have a lot of college work to do, and then I can have one occupying, outer extremity, I guess, or something that I could focus a lot of time on. And I spent a lot of time on her instead of Ask Avi and a lot of other work-oriented stuff, to be blatantly honest with you guys. So that's what's going on, and that's what happened there. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that. And I'm really excited to hopefully get Ask Avi back to a popular status again. Because I know that picking up right after, 3 or 4 months of not answering questions killed it. And that's something that I really don't want to do. Consistency is very important here on YouTube, and I feel like I haven't been giving you guys the consistency you deserve. We have 1,100, almost 1,200 subscribers, and I want to make sure that all of you are happy with content and come back every day to check what is new on Avialence Media, right? My page. So that's kind of the big thing I want to push here. So Ask Avi is here. This is the official introduction. All previous episodes have been taken down off of YouTube, and this will be the start to an introduction and a playlist that is on my channel. Feel free to follow that playlist if you're interested in getting the updates on it. And I'm really excited to start tomorrow with the next question, which is actually about Star Wars, so I'm really excited to talk about that. Now, Ask Avi episodes can range from 2 minutes to 15 minutes. I'm not going to exceed 15 minutes per question. And like I said, they're going to air every Tuesday and every Friday. I'm really excited to reboot this series, and I hope that this reboot is more of kind of a brand new series than it is an actual reboot, and I'm excited to see what we're able to do with it. So thank you guys very much. Remember, if you're excited for Ask Avi and all that, please feel free to like this video. If you're interested in a Q&A series like the one I'm doing here, also please feel free to go ahead and leave me questions. You guys can start leaving questions and comments on this video. I'm all for it, and I'm really excited to kind of kick things back up into gear and see what happens. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to like it, toss me a comment if you have a question, and also subscribe if you're interested in content like this and the many other shows I do. Thank you very much, guys, and have a great Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow to answer the first question. Have a good one, everybody. See you then.